Blackmagic Design, creating revolutionary solutions for film, post-production, and television.
Global illumination.
Is that a term we should know in virtual production or world building?
What does it mean?
Hi everyone, and welcome to the Roe Visual booth. They are like one of the most incredible manufacturers of LED panels, panels that are used for virtual production stages around the world. And we are here with the man himself, Tucker Downs. Thank you for being here. Hello.
Yeah, thank you so much. What a great introduction.
But it's so true. I'm Indiana. This is Haley, and
who even cares who we are? It's Tucker Downs.
I know, it's Tucker Downs, everyone. But the reason I feel so enthused about this is because I have shot with your panels on my first virtual production shoot, because you did the case study program, and we're here with no film school, and so you can also look up that article that Roe is featured in that they covered, which is fantastic. But Tucker, what do you do at Roe?
So at Roe, I'm a color scientist and R&D manager where I work on developing and specifying all our new product lines, developing new LED technology, and et cetera for virtual production and other markets, but mainly I'm focused on virtual production.
Okay, great. So talk to us about the theory of why we do virtual production.
The point of virtual production is that we want to shoot on location because we love the way that light reflects from that wall on the bar, or it reflects through the trees, or how a sunset makes a particular iron beam look in a drive across the Brooklyn Bridge.
Nice.
And
here we are.
Yeah.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. We're here.
So in that theory, there's two things that are really missing that make virtual production very difficult today for people. One is that tonality and tone reproduction in the camera composite. So with Black Pearl 2v2, which is the leading virtual production product up until now.
And that's a panel you make. Just so people who don't know Roe Visual, that's a panel.
We make LED panels that are built into walls, and then those walls are shot in the camera frame. And we also make panels that are built into large ceilings and provide the ambient illumination from the sky and the clouds, and the ambient illumination all around you. So if we want to shoot on location, we have to be able to reproduce the tonality of location. And with BP2V2, we can get about 10 stops of tone reproduction in the camera frame.
Okay, and we're only using about 14 to 15 in camera at any given time, right?
Yeah, so cameras can capture 14, 15 stops. Yeah. And we do that because we need to capture all the detail of the world. And if we're shooting in virtual production where a panel can only produce 10 stops, we're really cut short. Yeah. This new product, Obsidian, behind me, can produce 2 additional stops of dynamic range in the camera frame.
And that's it's a new panel, Obsidian.
It's a new panel, Obsidian.
Cool.
New panel.
Yes.
And then the other problem with virtual production is the lighting issue, where we have lighting from all around us that is impacting the color of our skin or the way that shadows look, where the sky might be the primary illuminant if you're in shadow. Stand outside on a sunny day in the shadow of a building, and the light that you're in is about 15,000 or 20,000 Kelvin. Yeah. So in virtual production, if we want to produce high quality lighting, then we need to do something to produce that color temperature correctly. And that's with what I call RGB plus technology. We have above us a ceiling, RGBW ceiling, meaning that the pixels have red, green, and blue plus full spectrum white.
Each individual little dot where there is an LED light also has all of those colors.
Right. Every pixel has all of those colors in it, just like your display.
Right.
And by adding that full spectrum white, we can produce colors naturally. So here we are with beautiful full spectrum lighting, and if we disable that, if we go to this not full spectrum lighting, this is the lighting that you experience today if you shot with BP2V2 and Carbon 5.
And I'm looking at your skin, as you're saying, to
right,
see what that quality changes.
For me, it's really apparent in these, red flowers that are now,
let's come in, Carlos, and let's look right at those flowers as he does the switch again.
Orange.
So
this one.
So here we have the RGB lighting that's similar to virtual production today if we were on set. And the reds are popping, and we've lost actually a lot of hue definition between this flower and this flower, where this one is clearly red and that one is clearly dyed neon orange or dyed neon red. But if we enable full spectrum true lighting, we can see, now my skin looks like I'm actually standing on the Brooklyn Bridge. Now this flower actually looks like it's illuminated by the sun. So if we capture this shot, we get a much better global illumination.
Got it.
Now,
Global illumination, is that a term we should know in virtual production or world building?
What does it mean?
global illumination, that term comes from the world of VFX, where in the 90s, a technique was developed to do during ray tracing where they would cast virtual rays in a 3D scene, and they would trace where those ended up on a 360-degree video plate. And then that would indicate what the color of the lighting was. That's called global illumination. It's a very important algorithm in VFX.
If someone wanted to learn more about it, would they look up ray tracing and global illumination?
Yes. Yeah, just Google those words. It's also just something you click in Unreal Engine or in like Maya. It's always enabled because it looks good.
Great, okay.
So what we're doing here in virtual production with LED walls, getting back to the theory of virtual production, with LED walls, we're providing the global illumination. We're providing the subtle illumination that comes from the sky or comes from how light reflects off of a car. But I want to be clear that in virtual production, traditional lighting is not going away. When you want to add in the sun, or you say we want to add fill here or we need to cast here, then your lighting designer can come in and you can make those creative decisions. We're getting the baseline, we're reproducing the location with global illumination. And then in volume, you have the creative freedom and you have all the creative stakeholders there together to make those creative decisions. That's why virtual production makes sense. And that's why this technology makes it much easier to forget about all the complexities of calibration. If the color and the light is correct, then you can just go in, it's just like the location, you can add light, you can take it away, and you can move through your shot.
That's so cool. I mean, I remember like training to DP and like learning as you go. It was so important to know that you can't just like blast a unit through like an HMI through a window and get accurate color reproduction.
And call it the sun.
Yeah, what you would want to do is you would want to be like, well, there's probably a tree out there, so we need a little green. Maybe we want a little warmer bounce over here. Oh, maybe it's like actually not all through the window. Like, you know, life doesn't work in like, you know, yes and no or black and white or warm and cool. Right. And so I love that this technology incorporates that as continuing to develop, because we keep as DPs hearing like, now it can go to 21 stops or now it can go to blah.
I just want to create the location, right? So if you have a B crew, if you're lucky enough to have a B crew to go and shoot a video plate or a 360-degree location, then you play back that location all the time and you say, oh, you know, this location would be better if we had a bounce here. So you can add a color flag in virtual production, or you can say, oh, we need to add more foliage. And if you're doing full 3D virtual production, you can make those types of creative decisions on set. Get the lighting right, then it's like location, then the practice of photography is the same as like you're used to, that you train for.
Shooting outside at a park.
Right.
Yeah.
And so color science is a combination of math, it's a combination of optics, it's a combination of painting and artistry and archiving. If you're interested in color science, you just have to keep asking color questions.
Cool.
And in terms of education, there's many universities that are offering good advanced color science classes now in cinematography.
Cool.
But I have to shout out where I am pursuing my PhD, Rochester Institute of Technology. They have a fantastic motion picture sciences program, which goes through all of the stuff to do with production with a sprinkle of color science throughout.
Fantastic.
So the pixel pitch question has come because people are like, I hate Moray. I hate Moray that it makes my images look bad and I have to throw my shot away.
Sorry, what's Moray?
Moray is when you overlay, it's that like rainbowy color when you focus a camera right on an LED wall. You get those rainbowy stars that look really bad.
Or like when you wear
you
stripes too
flick
close
water on
together
your-
and then on camera it like looks all stupid.
Or when you like flick water on your laptop screen a little bit, and then there's
I would just call that
rainbow.
magnification. But yeah, it's Moray and magnification have a close relationship, which I will not get into.
Now my final third question. Your design of the colors that you have here, why did you choose the certain colors? What do they represent? Like, you know, that.
I did not pick any of these objects. Our wonderful marketing manager, Allison, did.
We love Allison. She's over here,
Come in here
everyone.
and wave.
Yes. Hello, hello. And the wonderful Alicia Robbins has just walked in.
Oh my gosh.
DP of season 3 of Bridgerton just walked in. And her wonderful husband who owns the car stage, right? That's you!
We're showing
Oh my gosh, those are
It's all a family here at NAB, guys.
Fun.
Now, okay, what is this? That's my final question.
Yeah. So as a color scientist, I chose this for my sample colors because this shows the distribution of all the colors and their interaction with the spectrum of lighting. I'll see if I can pull up that toggle switch again. Okay. The lighting issue that we deal with in virtual production often is classified as like a red tint or red chroma boost. So using red materials to demonstrate this effect is a very powerful way to do it. But from a scientific point of view, actually it affects all colors in some way. So here, if we come into the color checker, this is a Macbeth color checker in the center of this, so you could go into your editing and actually Macbeth this and make the color perfect.
Carlos, let's come in on a tight here for a close-up on that. Thank you.
Okay, so here we have full spectrum color, and here we have RGB color that you experienced today in virtual production.
And I see you clicked Enable True Light. Is True Light that technology?
True Light is the name of the technology and the feature in the Brompton processing. Cool. We also have a tile with RGB cyan and amber diodes on the wall that is it's achieving the same type of idea, but with even greater spectral control, and that's powered by Megapixel.
And you weren't planning to launch that, but you did.
4 days ago, that product was not operational.
Wow, congratulations.
And during the first day of load-in, it was not on the show schedule, and I very gracious that our wonderful Roe team graciously accepted my request for last-minute changes to announce a new product. So.
Well, congratulations. This is so exciting. Thank you so much, Tucker, for all of this like insightful and like informative knowledge and education and entertainment.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it. We love Roe. She loves Roe. Carlos worked on the Roe stage as my gaffer when we were there. So thank you so much. And I think everyone should definitely like check out your products and learn more about it because you're used on some of the biggest stages in the world. So congrats.
Thank you very much. And few other products on the show floor. I've heard that Blackmagic has some pretty incredible cameras that are announced. So if you haven't seen those, go check out that.
Thanks, Tucker. Bye, everyone.